Hi Gemini, this is your reading for the week of March 23rd, or when you hear it and it resonates. And of course, it will not be for every Gemini. So Gemini, the first thing that I saw, excuse me, was you standing with your back to a Galilean thermometer. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're quite beautiful. There's cylindrical clear glass with clear liquid in it, and suspended within the clear liquid are tiny glass vials, tubes, bubbles that are filled with beautiful colored liquid. And depending upon where these balls float within this clear liquid, that tells you what the temperature is. Don't ask me how, that's just the way it goes. You, on the other hand, my dear, are standing there, and instead of looking at this beautifully colored, very gorgeous temperature, not temperature, thermometer, instead of using that to read the temperature, you're looking out there and you're asking people, what's the temperature? What's the temperature? What's the temperature? If you would just turn around and look at it, you would find out what the temperature is for you, because anybody else out there that you're asking, they're going to be answering according to their thermometer, which is not yours. Now, the interesting thing to me that's also about this is it is the Galilean thermometer. It could just be an old mercury thermometer. So when I asked Spirit why a Galilean one, they pointed to the fact that it's suspended in liquid. So I'm going with water, and that makes me feel this is probably about an emotional situation. And when I say emotional situation, for some people it's going to be around a specific situation with a specific set of people. For others, it's going to be a single relationship. And for others, it's going to be just a general way of thinking. Now, what Spirit was saying along with that thermometer was part of the reason that you will sometimes choose to focus on other people's opinions. And it's not just opinions, but opinions are part of it. But it's also going with other people's flow. So it might be you getting kind of dragged into something, somebody else's plans that you hadn't really intended to. There may have been a good reason for it, or it may just have been the kind of thing where you did not feel the confidence within yourself to be able to say, hold on a second, let me check my thermometer here. So your thermometer, we're going to say this is your internal reckoning, your internal standard, your reference point, your compass, your internal compass. And that it has therefore sometimes been quite easy for you to be pulled into directions with strong personalities, with people who don't question whether they're right or wrong. They just act as though they are. And they can be quite convincing, or just act as though everything is the way they say it is. You, on the other hand, have this opportunity now, Gemini, to really lean into yourself and understand your own power. You have in the past sometimes been triggered by old stuff where you presuppose you don't have either the intelligence or the power or the strength, courage to do what needs to be done. And that might be something as simple as challenging somebody on their opinion. It might be something as simple as just saying no without having to justify. But it can also take the shape of you defending the decisions you've made that have taken you in a different direction than what you intended, because it was too difficult for you to come back and look at it and face, maybe I wasn't quite right when I did that, or maybe I was a little bit weaker than I would have liked, or less intelligent than I would have liked, or any number of things on a list that you will use to diminish yourself. And Gemini, you don't need to do that, because you're creative, you're intelligent, you're interested in people, you have got so many wonderful qualities. This really is the time now, my loves, for you to be able to forgive yourself and anybody else for anything you have perceived as a mistake, and to understand that you're not powerless and it isn't hopeless. If you turn around and you look at that thermometer, it's beautiful. And it's it's so interesting because there's, as you're looking out there, it's with anxiety. It's like, what's the temperature? What's the temperature? What's the temperature? But when you look back at this, you'll see these beautiful colors. You don't need to worry about the temperature. You've got all the information right there, and it's beautiful. You're being reminded in this process of forgiveness. Hold no grudges. Whatever blame you wish to project onto others or yourself, and whatever resentment seems justified, give it up. Let everyone, including you, be blameless. Name the offense, and then decide that it's not worth it for today, except that you might not be right in your perception. Even if you think you're right, allow for the possibility that you're not, and choose forgiveness instead. And this goes along with you too, because the hopelessness card is about getting triggered from old stuff in the past and just getting into that energy that feels like it's got no momentum to move. And in that case, it can sometimes lead us to getting energy out there, getting direction from out there, because we've frozen, okay? That is one of the nervous system responses to fear. Fight, flight, freeze, fawn. So, forgive yourself if you have felt sometimes unable to take the action you would like to take, or have felt the need to get support from other people that maybe wasn't the most in alignment with what your deep self would want if you were to look back and check the Galilean thermometer yourself and check in with your own self. In the process of this, you're being asked, remember God, take God with you. And this card is talking about acknowledging the presence of divine force regularly throughout the day. God, Allah, unified field, divine presence. Begin your day by saying, hello, it's me. I hope you're there. If you're not, if you are, that's great. If you're not, well, I'm going to ask you anyway and see what happens. Okay? And just keep checking in every hour, because the thing is, as you're looking in that, whether you believe strongly in a divine force or a unified field, if you're looking at this channel, there's a very great chance that you believe in something sacred, that you believe in something bigger than you. And it may just be your higher conscious mind. It may be your logical cognitive mind. I don't know. But let's just say there's something bigger than your fear. That there is something bigger than whatever you think is the problem. There is something bigger than the thing that is taking you away from your internal referencing, from your Galilean thermometer, okay? And that's interesting too, because if I look at the colors I'm seeing red, which is grounding. I'm seeing blue, which is third eye, that quality of blue. There are other colors in there too, but those are the two that are really, really predominant. So for me, that's looking, again, if I just take those two colors, it's balancing yourself, balancing between your third eye and your root chakra, okay? We want balanced energy. And Gemini, it's so important for you because you have such fast thinking energy, and because you can go off into many different directions at once and scatter that sense of your confidence when your mind's too busy. As much as it can feel comfortable sometimes, it can very much take you off track, the way all of our abilities will do if we're not careful. We will most always go out of balance within our predominant characteristics and predominant elements. So, here we go. Take God with you, Gemini. Forgive, forgive, forgive. Realize old stuff's been has been gotten triggered for anybody and everybody. Choose forgiveness instead. And remember, divine presence, divine force, and higher mind. And really, please check in with that a lot in the next coming weeks. Check in with that. And remind yourself of divine presence and the big picture. Your life is not just about these details. Your life is about metacognition. It's about understanding how you think and working with how you think and grounding yourself in the self-awareness that allows you to actually increase your thinking capacity. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that, Gemini. Take care.